Hello everyone, the Klaus here, and welcome to our fourth video in our mock series The Abyss. So this time I'm going to show you a completely original creation. So unlike, for example, Sosnia or Avengers, which used already made custom body frame and I just added my IDs on top of that, well, this time it's fully created by me. So from the start to the finish. And the thing with this creation is that I really wanted to make like a monster, but not really a monster with a lot of spikes, more like the creepy monster which hides in the darkness. So I wanted to make him look like a skeleton, so this means making him lanky, so really tall and really thin also. And also, one another point of interest was making him look like he was impaled from a lot of spikes or hose pipes. So that's why you will see a lot of hose pipes in this model. And well, let's start. So as you can see, to make him really thin, I used a Technic beam just to make his body. So nothing more, nothing less. It's also a really simple mock to understand and to make. Nothing really complicated, no custom thingy here or there. It's really simple. So a simple Technic beam for the body, and then obviously you have a Vaki pelvis to attach the legs to the rest of the creation. And as you can see, multiple hose pipes are linked throughout the body. So for example, you have some here, but also some which are linked to this part to make them put them in a specific way. Because if we just putted them on the holes right there, for example, all the hose pipe will be straight like that. So it's not really interesting in terms of design. So that's why I use other parts to really move them around. So you have a lot of spikes coming from his back and in multiple directions. That said, it's time to finish the upper part of the body, which will be useful to attach the arms. So as you can see, I am simply going to use another Vaki pelvis part right there. Going to add some parts down here to attach in a better way this part to the rest of the body. And as you can see, other hose pipes all over the place. Also notice the rubber bands that I used on the hose pipes to make them look like a little dirtier, for example, a little less perfect. Like that. That said, I'm not going to link these parts together, so excuse me. Just a moment. Okay. And with that done, we're going to add this part, so from the 2008 Makutas, which I'm going to use to make kind of like a whip cage. And obviously this part is very useful because it improves my design, because I wanted, like I said, to make kind of look, my character looks like a skeleton. So with this big whip cage-like part, I think it's a really nice effect. That said, I'm going to add the head now. So the head is also quite simple. I choose just to put one eye, so a red one, and another hose pipe which comes through his head. So I really like to imagine that my character has his head kind of wobbling around, not really straight like that, but more like always looking kind of down, and with these hose pipes kind of looking like an eye. So yeah, kind of creepy. Going to add the legs now. So the legs are quite simple. Once again, I'm going to use some Hero Factory parts, so these bone parts, to make really my legs thin and really make the connection point easier with the different hose pipe, and also this custom leg right here. Well, when I said custom, it's really simple. It's just a simple Titan connector, an axle, and then a hose pipe, and finally a ball joint to link my foot. The two legs are quite different, not in terms of height, because they are both the same height, but in terms of hose pipe. As you can see, this one has 3 and this one has, well, there. It has also 3, excuse me for that, little fail, but it's not the same size. Okay, so with that said, now it's just time, it is time to finally link the arms. So the arms on the other end are different in terms of height and in terms of weapons at the end. So once again, you have an Hero Factory part used here. And as you can see, the left one is way taller than the right one, or longer, excuse me. Okay, and homework is done. All right, so let me just adjust the webcam, the focus and the light, because obviously, because it's mostly black with my poor lighting, it's not really, yes, it's quite hard to make him look good or to just for you to understand how it works. So yeah, here we go. Excuse me, maybe he's too tall even for my webcam, so that's incredible. I mean, like that maybe, yeah, right now, yes, easy enough. He's finally in the frame entirely. And so it looks like that, so you can see, that's what, like I said, he's skinny and tall. And he's looking quite terrifying, so obviously this, what makes you afraid is very subjective, a subjective point of view, but I don't really want to be with this type of character or this guy in a dark building, for example, with him just roaming around, letting his hook touch the floor, making some kind of rusty noise of metal. So yeah, that's kind of the idea behind this creation. Really make something creepy. And in terms of articulation, well, you can move the legs like that. Obviously, because of the connectors right there, the leg will, well, even no, just because of how the part is made, in fact, it is the leg is going to block a little more than 90 degrees, like that. And the same can be said for both arms, in fact. The claw is articulated in comparison to the hook. And the head can move quite freely. But like I said, I really like to put it looking like down or even on the side like that in a weird way, kind of like upside down. And I also like to put the legs in a weird way, kind of like they are going to just break or it's just going to fall off, but no, it's just his way of walking and it's just quite weird and freaky, but not in a good way. So let me just, yes, put him in a pose. And I think that's quite all for this character. Let me just, yes, see if the pose is interesting enough. Well, maybe not like that, more like that, I think. So yeah, sometimes you have to take time to adjust the articulation so he can stand and not fall. Yeah, like that. And also, one thing to know in terms of storyline about this creation is that unlike, for example, the other gang member, this character is not really a part of a gang, but more like a cult. In fact, in his cult, most of the cultists are like that. They have the same design. So once again, it's not really an individual character by itself. And in fact, the name Hukt refers to a group of individuals like him. So it's not like it's his name in particular. Also, in terms of background, if you want more background, even if it's quite hard for me to explain it in English, the alt term was a Matawan term in Universcape used to used to describe the Matawan, which at the time left their village but did not return. So because the villagers thought that the Matawan was kind of like killed outside the village, or something really bad happened to him, so he could not return, they named this type of Matawan who left Hukt as a way to describe them. So it kind of means forgotten, in fact, and it's a term which is quite taboo because of what it means, of lost Matawan dead. So yeah, it's not really used by Matawan anymore, and it's something you don't really talk about freely. And so that's how they name this type of character. And we do not know if these characters mutated from some other appearance before and they became like that, or if they born or if they are born like that. So they are quite mysterious. And I think that's all for that. In terms of storylines, there are maybe a little more, but that's not really interesting. They are just, yes, quite creepy, and they live together. And when a stranger comes to their place, they might seem a little, well, not really strong like that, but they attack quickly when they see a stranger in their home. So yeah, you do not want to meet them. And I think, yes, that's all. So if you have any questions or comments about this mug, feel free to post them. I will happily read them as usual and answer them. Once again, I don't really have any complaints about this creation. So apart from the fact that it's really simple in terms of how it's made, as you can see, there is no way a custom frame or anything like that. It's really some simple parts attached together. But apart from that, I think it looks good enough for me. So yeah, once again, the hose pipes in the back might also seem a little weird, but I think it's what I wanted at first, a tall and skinny Mog with a lot of hose pipe kind of look like they pierce his body, and I think it's all right. So yes, feel free to give me your opinion. I think it's interesting to read different opinions. And that's all. So hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you for the 5th video. We will see this time a real gun member, but with a little twist. That's just a little tease for now. So I hope to see you there, and see you later. Bye-bye.